Hi everyone, let's practice some MCQs from educational commissions for your DSC practice. Hunter Commission, University Commission, and Sadler Commission, presented by Eureka. And let's get started. Hunter Commission 1882, Question 1. Who appointed the Hunter Commission in 1882? Lord Ripon, Lord Curzon, Lord Macaulay, Lord Dalhousie. Who are these four? We'll check it off. Lord Dalhousie, he was the Governor General of British government at that time. And Lord Macaulay recommended Macaulay's Minute 1835. Lord Curzon recommended Universities Commission 1902. Then what is our correct option here? Lord Ripon. Lord Ripon was the Viceroy of India at that time. He wanted to improve education in India, especially primary and secondary education. So he set up a commission under the chairmanship of William Hunter. That's why it is called the Hunter Commission. Question 2. What was the main focus of the Hunter Commission? Higher education, primary and secondary education, university reforms, technical education. And your correct answer is option B. Primary and secondary education. The Hunter Commission primarily focused on improving primary and secondary education in India. Question 3. The Hunter Commission emphasized education should be religious, practical and literary, industrial or military. Your correct option is practical and literary. The Commission suggested a balanced approach between practical education and literary education. Practical education in the sense focusing on real life skills that help in earning a living includes agriculture, carpentry, tailoring or any other vocational training. Literary education focused on reading, writing, and academic subjects. Includes learning languages, literature, history, geography, mathematics, etc. Aimed at developing intellectual skills and preparing students for higher education and government jobs. Question 4. What did the Hunter Commission recommend regarding female education? To stop it, to promote it, no recommendation, or make it compulsory? And your right option is to promote it. It recommended special efforts to promote female education. The Commission said female education is very important for progress of society and it also encouraged the opening of more girls' schools and it asked for special financial support to schools that were working for girls' education. And the goal was to increase awareness and remove social barriers that stop the girls from going to school. And make a note of this, they did not make it compulsory, but strongly suggested that more efforts should be made to spread it. Question 5. The Commission suggested that should manage primary education, central government, universities, local bodies, or private institutions. Your correct option is local bodies. The Hunter Commission recommended transferring primary education to local bodies. The Hunter Commission suggested that primary education should be managed by local bodies such as municipal boards, district boards, or village panchayats. And why this recommendation? Local people can understand the needs of their area better than the central governments. So they can plan and improve schools based on local conditions. And it becomes less burden on government. Question 6. The Hunter Commission was the result of criticism on Indian universities, Wood's Dispatch, Vernacular Press, or Macaulay's policy. And your right option is Wood's Dispatch, option B. It was a follow up to Wood's Dispatch 1854 to examine progress. The Hunter Commission 1882 was set up as a result of criticism on Wood's Dispatch 1854. And here comes why. What Wood's Dispatch did 1854? Wood's Dispatch, it has created a strong framework for modern education in India, focused mainly on higher education like universities and colleges, and gave less attention to primary education and female education. And why it was criticized? After many years, people noticed that primary education was still weak, girls' education was neglected, The education system was too bookish and exam focused. It did not help much with practical life or village needs. As a result, due to these criticisms and public demand, the British government appointed the Hunter Commission in 1882. Question 7. The Hunter Commission did not focus on secondary education, primary education, university education, or female education. And your right option is option C, university education. It mainly focused on school education and ignored higher education. Question 8. The Commission suggested grants in aid system based on size of the institution, results of the students, number of teachers, or location of school. Your correct option is results of the students. Performance based grants in aid system was recommended. And why it is recommended? Hunter Commission recommended the grants in aid, which means providing financial help from the government to schools, should be given based on the performance of the students. And why did they suggest this? They suggested this because to improve quality of education, to encourage healthy competition, to use government money properly, and to identify active and effective schools. Question 9. The Hunter Commission supported exclusive English education, vernacular languages in primary schools, compulsory Sanskrit teaching, or Urdu medium only. And your correct option is vernacular languages in primary schools. It supported vernacular as the medium at the primary level. Vernacular languages in the sense teaching in mother tongue. Question 10. One major limitation of the Hunter Commission. It ignored university education. It recommended religious education. No financial suggestions. It was not implemented at all. And your correct option is option A. It ignored university education. It focused mainly on school education and ignored higher education. Now let's move on to Universities Commission 1902. University Commission 1902. Which viceroy appointed the University Commission in 1902? Lord Ripon, Lord Curzon, Lord Minto, or Lord Harding? And your right option is Lord Curzon. Lord Curzon appointed it to reform university education. What was the aim of the 1902 University Commission? Improve primary education, improve university administration, increase technical institutions, or to promote religious education. And your right option is improve university administration. It aimed to reform and regulate university level education. Which act was passed based on this commission's recommendations? Indian Education Act 1903, University Act 1904, Hunter Education Act, or Charter Act 1919. And your right option is option B, University Act 1904. The Indian Universities Act of 1904 followed its recommendations. One criticism of Indian Universities Act 1904 was too liberal, promote Indian languages, increased government control, ignored universities completely. And your right option is option C, increased government control. The act was criticized for excessive government interference. The Commission recommended an increase in religious education, Indian control over universities, private schools, or government grants to universities. And your right option is option D, government grants to universities. It proposed increasing government funding to improve quality. The 1904 Act reduced the powers of vice chancellors, professors, Indian representatives, or syndicates. And your right option is Indian representatives, option C. It reduced the representation of Indians in university governance. The Commission aimed at improving academic standards, religious diversity, school curriculum, or political training. And your right option is option A, academic standards. Raising the standard of education was a main goal. The act allowed universities to start technical colleges, affiliate high schools, start military training programs, or ignore government rules. And your right option is option B, affiliate high schools. It empowered universities to affiliate schools. The 1902 Commission recommended teachers should be paid more, be under strict surveillance, have academic freedom, learn foreign languages. And your right option is option C, have academic freedom. Academic freedom was highlighted as essential. The Act's implementation led to better infrastructure, student revolts, closure of many colleges, or religious disputes. And your correct answer is option B, student revolts. Many students protested against increased control. Now let's move on to Sadler Commission. Sadler Commission 1917. The Sadler Commission was appointed to study Bombay University, Calcutta University, Madras University, or Punjab University. And your right option is Calcutta University, option B. It examined the functioning of Calcutta University. The commission, led by Sir Michael Sadler, Lord Curzon, Hunter, or Gopalakrishna Gokhale. This commission was led by Sir Michael Sadler. Sir Michael Sadler headed the commission. One recommendation was to separate arts and science streams, secondary and university education, English and vernacular mediums, religious and secular subjects. And your right option is option B, secondary and university education. It recommended separating secondary from university education. The Commission supported the establishment of rural schools, intermediate colleges, religious schools, or political education centers. And your right option is option B, intermediate colleges. It introduced the concept of intermediate colleges between school and university. The Commission recommended universities should be teaching only, examining bodies only, teaching cum residential, or religious centers. And your right option is teaching cum residential. It suggested that universities should have both teaching and residential functions. The Commission's report led to reform in primary education, university education, military education, or legal education. And your right option is option B, university education. It had a long term impact on university education in India. According to the Sadler Commission, entrance exams should be conducted by schools, intermediate colleges, universities, or state governments. And your right answer is intermediate colleges, option B. Intermediate colleges would handle the transition phase and exams. It emphasized education should be skill based only, culturally relevant, politically inclined, or religious. And your right option is option B, culturally relevant. Education should reflect the culture and needs of Indian society. The Commission's report was published in 1915, 1916, 1917, or 1918. And your right option is option D, 1918. Even though Commission was appointed in 1917, the report was published in 1918. Sadler Commission's long-term effect. Intermediate overhaul, model for future reforms, ignored completely or supported religious conversion. And your right option is option B, model for future reforms. It became a reference point for future educational reforms in India. If you find this video is useful to you, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Happy learning.